It's 8 p.m. and here are our top stories in 90 seconds.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
There's a new incentive to get people vaccinated in Colorado.
Not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 drawings for $1 million.
So what are your odds of winning $1 million? And will this be enough to raise vaccination rates? We go in depth for the answers.
We got to ask the question, are we serious about change? And change comes from within. It doesn't come from the top. It doesn't come from the bottom.
1 year after people took to the streets, we look back at how our country has come face to face with policing, equity, and justice.
Chief, you've got to be more transparent. You've got to come out here and be a part of the change.
Residents of a northern Colorado mobile home park say they're being priced out of their home.
I'm getting to that point where I might have to go deliver for Domino's or go get a part-time job because we can't pay our bills.
With nowhere to turn, these residents turn to Denver7 for help.
People are scared. People are scared. People are crying. People are upset.
Good Tuesday evening, and thank you for watching Denver7 News on Local 3. I'm Jessica Porter. The state of Colorado has 5 chances to win $1 million. The only requirement, you have to be vaccinated for COVID. There will be 5 weekly drawings between June 4th and July 7th. To be entered into the drawing, you have to have received at least 1 dose of the vaccine by the Tuesday before the drawing. If you are not yet vaccinated, the governor hopes this will be enough incentive to do so.
Now's the time to swing big. It could transform your life. This isn't like one of those lotteries where you get a little teeny bit for 30 years. This is $1 million cash on the barrel that you can use today, buy a new home, take that vacation, take 6 months off, do whatever you like. $1 million goes a long way.
You don't have to do anything to be entered. The state is using records from the Colorado Immunization Information System. We want to dig a little deeper and look at the odds of being one of the 5 lucky winners. Denver7's Jason Grenauer breaks it down.
I'm no degenerate gambler. I just know that it's important to know the odds, especially here in Colorado. Like the odds of you getting stuck in I-25 traffic, high. The odds of you saying or spelling uncompadre the first time, right? No, see, I didn't do it either. The odds of that are low. How about the odds of the Broncos winning the Super Bowl? Well, that depends on that man, Mr. Aaron Rodgers. So when we're talking about this comeback cash, what are the odds? Well, the governor said today about 2.5 million Coloradans have gotten at least 1 dose of the vaccine. You take out those under the age of 18 who can't win this $1 million, add in some that will probably get the vaccine because of this. Okay, 1 in 2.5 million is the odds of that first drawing. That comes out to 0.00004%. Let's do some comparisons, shall we? The odds of winning the Mega Millions is 1 in 300 million. So comeback cash, much better. All right, do another one here. Odds of getting attacked by a shark, especially a scary one, 1 in 3.7 million. So we're still pretty good. One more. The odds of you being attacked by a hippopotamus while on an African safari comes in at 1 in 2.5 million. So how about we don't get attacked by hippopotami and you go out and you win your $1 million. Again, all you need to do is have at least 1 dose of the vaccine. As the governor said, may the odds be ever in your favor. I'm Jason Grenauer, Denver7.
Thank you, Jason. And for a little more context, Colorado is not the only state providing this kind of incentive. Ohio was the first state to announce an $1 million lottery. There's been a 33% increase in vaccinations since the announcement. And in Maryland, there are 30 drawings over the next 6 weeks. $40,000 will be handed out every day, then a $400,000 jackpot. In New York, Vax and Scratch tickets are being handed out at sites with various prizes. And in Oregon, there will be a $1 million winner and $36,000 winners. So do these vaccine lotteries actually work? Well, we talked to a marketing expert at Metro State and DU. He says this will definitely get people interested in the vaccine.
I think overwhelmingly you're going to get people to act because money talks. I even put it up to my classes. This last semester's ended, but a few weeks ago I said, so what's your price? How many of you would respond to an incentive to get vaccinated? This is before any of this happened. And about 90% of the class said, hey, $250 is pretty much, where I would start.
Well, $1 million is a lot more than that, and our coverage of Colorado's new vaccine lottery continues right now on the Denver7.com. We have clips of Governor Polis and state lottery executives hyping their proposal, and we want to hear your perspective. Email 360@thedenverchannel.com. 1 year ago today, George Floyd was murdered by police in the streets of Minneapolis. He didn't ask to be the final straw to set off a wave of social reckoning nationwide. But his death has opened eyes to many flaws in our country. Denver Police Chief Paul Pazin, who walked arm in arm with protesters in Denver last year as a show of support, says changes have been made to their policies before and after the death of George Floyd. He says changes have been made in the department's policies, training, accountability, and culture. Today, we got reaction from 2 civil rights activists.
We got to ask the question, are we serious about change? And change comes from within. It doesn't come from the top. It doesn't come from the bottom. It comes from within. And they've got to be willing to change.
Dr. King said that a lot of people were asking, when will we be satisfied? When will we be satisfied? This was back in 1963. We're still seeing some of the exact same issues today that we saw then.
A rally tonight outside City Hall in Arvada continued their calls for changes in policing. The group Arvadans for Social Justice held daily protests throughout the summer of 2020 and now rallies every month outside of City Hall, keeping the calls for community change alive.
The work's not done, and so got to get back out on the street, got to attend another city council meeting, got to have another group meeting to identify what can we do to create positive change.
Organizers say their efforts have created tangible changes, like bringing a diversity task force to City Hall and opening a conversation with law enforcement about how to make the city more equitable. Lincoln County Deputy Michael Hutton left the hospital in his own patrol car today. Hutton was shot several times last week after interrupting a theft. The sheriff called him a hero, as did the people lining the streets.
We live in a very small community, and so the law enforcement is very important to us out here, and just his, him being a hero, really, doing his job and surviving what he did is amazing.
Deputy Hutton has a wife and son. He said today he got lucky and he's very happy to be going home. Residents of a Fort Collins mobile home park are up against the clock as they look for solutions to afford an upcoming rent increase. As Denver7 CB Cotton reports, the city is trying to find solutions, but options are severely limited.
Earlier this month, waiting inside mailboxes here at North College Mobile Home Park was a notice, and resident Polly Martinez
We've lived here almost going on 2 years.
couldn't believe what she read.
You are hereby notified that effective 7/1, your monthly rent, which is payable on or before the first day of each month, will be $640 instead of $493, the current monthly rent.
Martinez quickly ran the numbers in her head and realized she had an equation with no good solution.
How do you afford it?
Martinez says she and other lot renters in the Fort Collins community had received small increases over the year.
$20 here, $25 here.
But never expected their rates to jump by this much.
I'm getting to that point where I might have to go deliver for Domino's or go get a part-time job because we can't pay our bills.
The park is a senior community for residents 55 and older. Those that receive Social Security are even more concerned.
I only get less than $900 a month for Social Security. I'm going to be 71 in July. So I'm constantly looking for a part-time job, something else to do.
The notice from Property Management, North College LLC, says the rate increase comes after a review of the property's income and expenses, but residents feel someone is taking advantage.
29% is just an exuberant amount. It is just too much for people to handle around here.
But between car insurance, groceries, etc., if it's like, wow, $100 increase, that's a huge amount.
Denver7 reached out to Property Management and received no response. Fort Collins Neighborhood Services tells Denver7 they're exploring options to help the situation, including asking residents to file complaints with the state's mobile home park oversight program.
All of a sudden we received this in May 10th in the mailbox that our increase would go up to $640.
In a memo provided to City Council about the situation, Neighborhood Services says the city's ability to help is limited per state law that prevents counties or municipalities from controlling rent on private residential properties, leaving residents to hope property management will have a change of heart.
People are scared. People are scared. People are crying. People are upset.
In Fort Collins, I'm CB Cotton, Denver7.
CB, thank you. And on June 5th, the city will be holding a meeting for residents with members of the Colorado Poverty Law Project.
What we're seeing this year is really an increase on fire activity, what we saw compared to last year.
The western United States is preparing for another devastating fire season.
Every acre in California will burn eventually. You know, at some point in history, it will burn. We need to be prepared right now that it's going to burn in the near future.
So what is the outlook for Colorado? We look at the drought numbers.
Just about perfect weather today. Tomorrow, maybe even better.
And coming up later, a Colorado couple paid Amazon $7,000 and only received empty boxes.
You're angry, you're sick to your stomach, you're upset, you want to cry, you want to give up, you want to fight, you just don't know what to do, and they won't even listen to you.